But when I was like growing up, I got really interested in playing clawhammer banjo and old-time music. And I played bluegrass style banjo with the 3 fingers, where you're just you wear picks and you're doing these 3-finger rolls, Scruggs style banjo. But I wanted to learn the clawhammer style so that I could play old-timey music. So someone showed me clawhammer on the banjo, and I got the hang of that, and then I was teaching at a guitar camp, like this one, sort of like this one. It was out in California. Everyone was actually camping. We didn't have a nice hotel. There were mosquitoes everywhere. A real guitar camp. And I was teaching at the camp, and during one of my off sessions, I decided to go to another class because I saw this class on the schedule called clawhammer guitar, and I was like, what's that? So I went, and this guy, Michael Stadler, who's like a Bay Area guitar player, showed me this tuning that I'm using, and then he showed me how to play the clawhammer style on the guitar, which is just the same thing as you do on banjo, but you kind of need like a different tuning, and it's slightly different because the action is so different on guitar than on banjo, and you use heavier strings. It takes a little bit of practice, even if you already play clawhammer, but yeah, I had so much fun with it, and just kept practicing at it and learning new songs on the clawhammer guitar, and then I started writing songs with this style, which is really fun. So this tuning I'm going into is, I tune my low string down to D, and then my 5th string goes down to G, the 4th string stays at D, the 4th string, 3rd string stays at G, the 2nd string goes up to C, which is a little weird, and then the 1st string goes down to D, so it's D, G, D, G, C, D. It's like this modal G chord with a C instead of a B major, so it's kind of giving you this a little bit like you don't have a major third, you don't have a minor third. You're not really sure if it's in a major key or a minor key, and that's super common in like old ballads and old-time music. A lot of times banjo players, the banjo is tuned to a G, and when you play like a modal kind of minor-y sounding song, they'll tune up their B string to a C. So this is basically tuning the guitar like a banjo and modal tuning. So then the clawhammer style is you make your hand basically into a claw, and with the index and middle fingernail, I'm picking or strumming down. And then as I go down with my fingers, the thumb catches on one of the low strings, and when my hand comes back up, I pluck the low string. So it's almost like it's like when you use a pick, you go like down, up, down, up, down, up. And when I'm doing clawhammer, I go like index, thumb, index, thumb. And so there's these different rhythms that people use with the clawhammer style, and a really common one is called the bum ditty, and it's bum ditty. So index, index, thumb. So you're kind of skipping that first thumb pluck, and then just doing it the second time. So bum ditty, bum ditty. It's like down, down, up, down, down, up. I think of it like that because I mainly play with a pick, so I have to like think of things in terms of flat picking. So the first song that I ever learned with this style used a lot of that bum ditty rhythm. I learned to play Little Sadie on the clawhammer guitar, and see if you can pick out that rhythm when I'm playing. So instead of strumming, I'm just learning to play one string with my index fingernail, which does take some practice. At first when you learn, you kind of want to just like flail around and hit all the strings, and then you can practice hitting one string at a time instead of all of them. So it's like bum diddy, bum diddy, bum, bum diddy, bum. I'll play a song that I wrote. So that was that Little Sadie song. If you know the lyrics, it's kind of like a horrible song. It's a murder ballad. The very first line is, I met Little Sadie and I shot her down. And I don't really like singing songs like that much anymore, but when I was a kid, I always gravitated towards those really disturbing old folk songs. So I loved that song. And I wanted to kind of like write my own version, but make it a little less intense, I guess. So this is a song that I wrote using the clawhammer style, and it kind of draws from those old traditions that are telling this story and passing it along of this kind of horrible thing that happened. But I tried to make mine a little less bad. This one's called The River Knows. you.